If you're looking for a one-pot meal that's great for feeding a family or something that you can meal prep for the week and actually look forward to eating, jambalaya is a really solid choice. It's bold, filling, it only uses one pot, and it somehow tastes even better the next day. Minimal cleanup with big payoff. Let's get started. So before we start cooking, I want to talk about seasoning. There are a lot of spices in jambalaya, and instead of adding them one by one, I like to make one spice mixture and season in layers throughout the cooking process. That way, every step gets flavor. There might be a little left over at the end, and that's fine. You can save it and use it another time. So we're going to do these spices in kind of a 3-to-1 ratio. So some will be threes, some will be twos, some will be ones. These will be teaspoons. So 3 each of salt, paprika. I'm actually doing 2 normal paprika and 1 smoked paprika. I love the flavor of smoked paprika, but sometimes if you use too much, it can kind of overpower things. Black pepper. Now we'll do 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, onion powder, ground coriander, ground cumin, oregano, thyme, and kind of like a pre-made Cajun seasoning I had lying around. Thought it might be cool to add this. And then 1 each of cayenne pepper and ground mustard. Mix all that together and set that aside. This will be our seasoning for the entire dish. Now for the ingredient list. We're going to be using some chicken thighs for this. I have boneless, skinless, 4 of them. Some shrimp. I have 1, I think it's a 14-ounce package of shrimp. I have 1 andouille sausage. I believe this is 12 ounces. Probably 1 large onion, but I had some small ones, so I'm just going to finish up what I had. About 3 or 4 celery stalks, a couple bell peppers, 4 cloves of garlic, a can of tomatoes, tomato paste, and I also ended up using some bay leaves. And I forgot to put chicken stock on here, but we'll use a couple cups of chicken stock as well. Oh yeah, and some white rice, 2 cups. All right, now we're gonna prep everything. So first, cut the vegetables. On a cutting board, chop your onions, your celery, your bell peppers, your garlic, and set all those aside. For the tomatoes, I'm gonna open up my can and reserve the liquid that's in here. I'm actually gonna use that with the chicken stock, just to kind of, save this liquid and use it. Probably going to add about as much liquid as we do rice. So like 2 cups of stock for 2 cups of rice, because there's already going to be liquid in here, especially in these tomatoes, and chop these up as well. I also forgot to mention that I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of the seasoning mixture to the shrimp on the side in a bowl while we cook everything else. Now we're going to chop the andouille sausage. Not really good with measurements, but I think this may be like a 1/4 inch thick pieces. And also our chicken thighs. We normally might want to keep these as one piece, but since we're going to put everything back in anyway, we can save all the juices. So I'm just going to chop them up, get some color and texture into them. You can also season these before, but I'll just season as I throw them in. All right, so I have here my cast iron Dutch oven, and we're going to cook everything in this throughout the entire process. So similar to how you would render the fat away from bacon or maybe like a duck breast or something, we're going to start with a completely cold pan, put the sausage in, and then set the heat to medium and let the temperature kind of come up gradually. So we're going to add maybe like a tablespoon of avocado oil in here, add our sausage, and begin to render that down. It actually takes quite a bit longer than I anticipated, probably 10 or 15 minutes actually sitting here. Just making sure they have a nice, good char on them. Once it's cooked, remove it from the pan, leave as much oil behind as possible. Add the chicken thighs to the pot. You can season them at this point, give them a good sear. They don't need to be fully cooked here, just mostly cooked. And then remove the chicken from the pan and set it aside as well. All right, now for the Holy Trinity. I'm gonna turn the heat down a little bit for this, maybe slightly lower than medium. Add in our bell peppers, celery, and onion. Right to the pre-seasoned oil. Season this layer as well. So we're gonna kind of season each of these layers from now on and develop that flavor with all this stuff as we go. Cook until everything is soft and translucent. This actually took quite a bit of time as well, maybe like 15 minutes or more. At this point, I was kind of realizing that I had way more vegetables and meat than I really anticipated, and I'm gonna have a lot of leftovers. All right, I also ended up turning the heat up like to near high just to kind of get all this cooked. So we're kind of done now. I'm gonna put it back down at around medium. Add in the chopped garlic cloves. I'm gonna stir these around for maybe 1 to 2 minutes so you can kind of smell them. And then we're also going to add in the tomato paste. Stir it really well, let it cook, get until it's fully incorporated. We don't want any raw like tomato paste flavor in here. At this point, we can add in the rice. Kind of want to give it a little toasting, like not in liquid. So just kind of mix it in with the dry stuff and let it touch the bottom of the pan every once in a while. Then we can add in our chopped tomatoes, and we're actually going to season this layer as well. I actually ended up using all my seasoning at this point, so guess it's good that I prepped all that. Now we can add back in our cooked andouille sausage, our cooked chicken. See all those juices? They're just going to go right back in here anyway. So once this is all incorporated, we can start to add the liquid. So here is kind of 2 cups of chicken broth and also my tomato water there. Ended up needing a little extra just to kind of cover everything. Throw some bay leaves in there and bring everything to a boil. Now that it's boiling, we can put on the lid and we can reduce the heat all the way down to low. And we're going to simmer this for about 15 minutes, 15 or 20. All right, after 15 minutes, remove the lid. It's looking pretty good. Give it a fluff. Going to add the shrimp in now. We had them seasoned before as well. Usually I don't like to just add stuff in. I don't want to add spices just to liquid. I kind of want to get them in some oil or something, but whatever. Now we're going to cover again and cook this for another 5 minutes or so. Remove the lid, take out the bay leaves, turn off the heat. Garnish with some chopped greens if you have any. I actually didn't. Was going to get some parsley, but I have some cilantro I'm saving for something else. And that's jambalaya. Yeah, this was really good. Anyway, if this looked good to you, there's plenty more like that coming. Subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time.